James, hi. I am really glad you agreed to do this interview for Radio FM Plus.
Firstly, great to talk to you, and thanks for your support. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Let's start by talking about, of course, I mean, probably this is irritating to you sometimes, but let's talk about the success this song had. And did you feel lucky when it did? Like, how did this go for you? What did you feel? Did you expect it?
Yeah, You're Beautiful is and will always be my biggest hit. And I did get asked about it a lot in interviews. Like, is that a bore? Is that a burden to have this one massive hit? And I'm always surprised by the question, because no, it's awesome. It's so, I'm so lucky to have had such a big song at the very start of my career, and it's just freed me up to do what I want to do and to tour the world. And maybe you and I wouldn't be speaking without that song. So, I thought at the start of my career, I might be just doing shows, a tour of North London. Instead, I'm doing tours of the world. And musicians would kill for a big hit like that. I'm super lucky to have it.
That's great. But if there was another song from yours that you would wish was the song that You're Beautiful is for your career, which one would it be?
Well, along the journey, different people have said different songs mean something to them in different ways. So, of course, on that first album of mine, Back to Bedlam, You're Beautiful was the biggest hit for radio. But actually, most people much preferred a song called Goodbye, My Lover, which is much more intense. You're Beautiful is about 1 second in my life, whereas Goodbye, My Lover is about a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And then, let's say on my second album, I have a song called Same Mistake, which for me is a song that I'm probably the most proud of. It's the most exciting song in a live concert, which blows the audience away. And then on my last album, I have a song for my father called Monsters. And it's a deeply touching, moving song about my father, who was very unwell. He needed a new kidney. And I didn't know if he was going to make it. And I got him in the video as well. And a song like that is a really deep song.
It touches you in a different way, and the fact that it's something that you lived, that happened to you.
Exactly that. Yeah. And really, that on the whole, that's all the songs that have meant something to me. That haven't been influenced by a record company or influenced by trying to get a song to be played on the radio. The songs that really come from the heart, those are the songs that connect with an audience as well. The audience know they're real.
You announced your album coming this month, your greatest hits. How does one person, a musician, an artist, compile an album like that? How do you decide which are the greatest? And what do you take note in? Like sales, streams, the reaction of the fans on concert? What are the most important factors to
the record label would just choose the top 20 streamed songs off Spotify. But for me, I think that, I really enjoyed the process of choosing the more meaningful songs over my 17 years of traveling. And so, I'm lucky enough to have played at the most famous festival in the UK, Glastonbury Festival. I played there 3 times, and I played twice on the main stage, the Pyramid stage. And so I captured a live recording from there that was fantastic, and that's on this album. And then I have a song called I Really Want You, which I love, but I never captured it in the studio. Mm-hmm. But I did capture it live really well. I can play it live. So, and I nail it then. So I took a live recording from New York there. And I have some other songs, which, I have a song called Smoke Signals. Sorry, let me turn off my phone.
Yeah, no problem.
And I have a song called Smoke Signals, which is one of my best songs. I really love it, but it was on an extended version of an album. And extended versions of albums, those songs are lost. Most people don't get the extended version, or they've bought the main album instead. So that song is gone. And I was sad about that. But putting in Greatest Hits, I could get that song back and put it on a main album and say, here it is, the song I'm most proud of. So it was, I've really enjoyed this process of getting the songs that mean the most to me over 17 years.
How was the last year and a half, almost two actually, for you as a musician, as an artist? I mean, is it better for a musician to be stuck at home because you can create more, or did you get inspired, or did it disbalance you in some way?
Well, I in March 2020, when the pandemic hit, I was on
Yeah.
tour. 1 month into what was supposed to be a 1 year long tour. And so to have to stop halfway through, send the buses and trucks, the band and the crew home was devastating. And you know, I went home sad about that, but it was a great blessing at the same time, because I knew at least, you know, I could come back to music. I was very grateful for the time I spent with my family that I hadn't had an opportunity of doing. I told my wife that I said, yeah, you know, I'll take a year off one day. I'll take a year off, but I never really meant it. And the pandemic forced that to happen. And so that was really, I felt very fortunate to be able to do that. And yeah, and it was a good time just to reflect on what had happened and put this greatest hits together. So yeah, you know, and so it was productive, and it was creative in its way, and we don't have many opportunities like that.
And did it change you as a person, not only as an artist? I mean, the time that we had to spend worrying about relatives and trying to keep safe the ones we live with, staying at home, not being able to go out. How did it
Yeah,
reflect
definitely.
to you as a person?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel a lot older from the year at home. I want to get back out on the road now. I get, you know, from February next year, I'm out on the road and I can start being a child again. Get on a tour bus, go and play shows around the world, and yeah, I can't wait.
Great, great. I see you have a lot of energy stored in you, which is inspiring because that's what we want to see. Um, do your songs, do all of your songs tell a story that happened to you? Are there songs that are like something abstract, or do they all tell stories?
Yeah, you know, I think I write in different ways. Sometimes you're writing with your career in mind, and sometimes you're writing with your record label in mind, and you know, and you're thinking, let's write a hit. And those songs normally, you know, I can write some good songs like that, but I don't think they'll ever really connect. Instead, when you walk into a studio, and you know, and say, hey, you know, this is my idea because this is the life that I've experienced. This is a situation I've been in. This is a problem I have in my mind. You know, this is what's going on. And then you sing from the heart and you write from the heart. Those songs will be more meaningful. There will be songs that one will be more proud of, and they're songs that will connect more with an audience because they just know that they're real. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. And do you have songs about your time at the army?
I do, absolutely. I suppose my most clear song from my time in the army is called No Bravery, on my first album, Back to Bedlam. And that was from the time I served in Kosovo during the war there.
Mm-hmm. And did this reflect on you as a musician?
Absolutely. You know, I am, although I might be from the UK, I feel lucky that I have traveled through many different countries. I've worked in many different countries, and I realized that, you know, when politicians try and divide us and tell us that we are different from each other, and we should be afraid of people who are different from us in any way, I don't feel that. I feel connected to people in you know, as humans, that we share the
Mm-hmm.
same human emotion.
Yes.
That I can sing a song about my experience, and anyone in any country can still relate to that, because we still, you know, we all share those similar human emotions, and that's the magic of music.
That's what I was gonna say. The fact that you can connect to so many people with your music is really, really nice. That you're in this
Yeah, it's very
relationship.
lucky. I mean, I feel lucky that I can play in different countries, and you know, even if I'm singing in English, people will give me the time still and listen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's, you know, it's a fantastic thing. That's why I love playing live, because it brings so many strangers to stand shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you prefer the stage or the studio? Where do you feel most comfortable? But you just said the stage is your place.
The stage is absolutely is a place where you can stand and reveal yourself, reveal, you know, your fears. It takes courage to stand on the stage and say, look, this is who I am, you know, for better or for worse. And there's definitely a magic in that. At the same time, it's you know, the studio is great fun because that's when you privately then yeah, spend your time having, you know, that's like just like a child in a toy shop, you know, playing with all the toys. I'm a musician who can go into a studio and just enjoy playing with all the different instruments and having fun and making a noise and seeing that kind of thing. So the two, I enjoy both of them.
Great, great. I don't want to keep you because I know you have a tight schedule. I want to thank you for doing this interview, and I want to ask you to say something, to say hi to your Bulgarian fans listening to our radio.
Well, I want to try and remember the village because I actually once upon a time bought a house in Bulgaria.
Really?
Really?
Well, that's something I don't know.
Yeah. And just because we're in an interview, I've just forgotten the name of the village.
Man, is it close to the capital?
It's near the Black. It's just on the Black Sea. Oh, it's something like Balchak. Balchik. Yes, Balchik is that's near the Black Sea, isn't it?
Yeah. It's on the Black Sea.
Exactly. And I've obviously been to Sofia. And it's a fantastic place. We turned up there and it was just looked so beautiful when the snow had been there. And I've really had an amazing time for my trips to Bulgaria. It's been a beautiful country full of beautiful people and I've really, really loved it. Please invite me back soon.